All is one. PA Finley, thePafWay, coming at you live. How goes it, everybody? Another beautiful day, Tuesday, November the 5th, about 10 a.m. California time. Hey, this is going to be the conclusion to Embracing Your Dark Side, Part 4. It's going to have a special title, Behind the Curtain. And this is going to be a good one because this is going to have both how and what is to be expected on the other side. Oh, now there's a fire truck. And the how to embrace the dark side is going to be intertwined within the what's to expect on the other side. Okay? Very exciting, beautiful storyline, you guys. The last video, I got into mythology pretty deep. The unconscious content coming out, communicating to us, talking about the baby talk, the Google Gaga thing, and how that is now the words are being communicated because we're ready for it. We're ready for the words now, and we're beginning to speak the words. It's been so many years people have been trying to express, so many centuries. People have been trying to express what is, if you will. Trying to grasp at it, trying to communicate it, trying to understand it. Why are we here? What's going on? What's the purpose? What are we, what is this? This is, because it has to be, a lot of people believe it has to be a purpose because it's too random. It's too, happenstance. So now we're coming to a realization of what that is. And it's a beautiful storyline. It's the original love story. And there's darkness to that story. There's darkness to it. And so there's darkness to it. It's just, that's the way the story goes. That's the way it is. Just, we want all good. That's what we want, all good. And I tell people all the time, both good and bad is all good. And it's hard to conceive that if you're, you know what I mean? It's like, what is he talking about? Why would he say that? That doesn't make sense. But it does once you embrace your dark side. Once you unite yourself with yourself, because it's two of you. Actually, it's three, but that's the Trinity. All of this is communication talking about us. It's talking about us. And that's, we don't, in the history of religion, it never really was about us. It was about the gods and their story, So now we're learning that all of that was about us. All the stories, It's about us. Not about God or the gods. It's about us. You know, we are gods. But the whole point is that all things are gods. Everything is a god. It's all God. So that's all in all, you know. So let's get into how. Let's get into what's behind the curtain. In the last video, I talked about the illusion, the dragon, the mountain really being an anthill, Godzilla really being Godzuki. Godzilla really being Geico. Why is that the case? You know, why would that be the case? Because what it is let me tell you, go straight to the point, what's behind the curtain. What's behind the curtain is you. You are both the hero and the damsel in distress. You are both the heroine and the guy that needs saving. It's all you. What the dragon represents is, you know, as far as the archetype is concerned, the dragon represents the image of yourself that has been created through the years of neglect and being left behind. The one who is behind the curtain, the one who is behind the dragon, the beast, the enemy, the dark side, that's inside the dark side, the one that is a child, and that child is you. You know what? I don't even need to go. Let's just go straight. That child is you. This is who you're saving. You're saving yourself. And it's a beautiful storyline, if you think about it. It's a beautiful storyline. It's poetic justice. It's poetic. It's you. It is you who are in the dungeons and in the closets that's locked away. That's you. It's scary. It's dramatic. That's why it's been darkened. That's why it's on the dark side of us. The dark side of the moon, if you will. It's on the other side that gets no light. And let's keep it 50-50. It's kind of pissed off. You're pissed off at yourself. You know, it's been a millennia. It's been forever. And it's been waiting the whole time for you to come get it. For you to come get you. You've been sitting there waiting, scared, confused, not understanding what's going on. Why must I not progress? And why must that other you progress? Why do you get to progress and I gotta stay a child? I don't ever grow. Why is that, P.A. Finley? Why is the child a child? How come it's not a mirror image of myself? Because there was certain events in your life I'm gonna pull over and park too. Even though I'm at the house, but I just had an incident with the neighbor last night. I was playing my music hanging loud. I just was on one. I don't even know. I apologize. I told him, man, I'm sorry. I was not myself right now. Ego came out, you know. I had to walk the dog, but I broke it down, you know, because I was wrong. It's like 11 p.m. I'm, you know, bumping, you know. I was zoned out. So anywho, why is the child a child and not the age you are? Because events in your life, and usually it started when you was a child, shocked you, shook you, and stunted a part of your growth because you didn't understand what took place. You know? So, no, I'm not going to do Larky Marky. And that's just where you ended up at. You know, there's events in our lives that's shocking. And we never really make sense out of them. Especially as children. You know, you're a child. You don't understand nothing. You just now learning stuff. When you put your hand on the stove and burn your hand, that's a stunt. That's a shocking experience. That stops. You know, your body keeps growing because time moves on. But there's a little part of you that's that little child looking out. You know? So, that's why the child is you. That's why it's still a child and not your age, like a mirror image, like a twin or something. And when you go back, and the goal is once you get through the dragon, Darth Vader, the dark side, whatever you want to call it, once you get past that point and come in contact with your child, first of all, like I said, the child's gonna be pissed off, which fuels the image. You're pissed off at yourself, and been pissed off with yourself for a very long time. Because you don't, you know, it's a crazy situation. But after, you know, it's gonna be some, it's gonna, you know, it takes some time to do all of this. And when the first thing you do is you're gonna want to embrace yourself. You want to hug the child. You want to take the child. It's gonna be some crying, and, you know, it's a reunion. It's emotion. That's why it's important to get in touch with your emotions. And this is a part of that process. You're gonna get in touch with your emotions with this process. So you embrace the child. This is imagination, by the way. It's all in the mind. But this is something that you want to do because you want to be on one accord with yourself. You want to be a house united. And as long as this, you know, as long as there's a part of you that's pissed off at you, you're gonna be willy-nilly. So embrace the child, both of you cry and go through all of that. And, you know, it's a happy time, but the child's still gonna be pissed off. You see, that's the danger. The danger is authentic. It's real. Think about yourself. Think about you being left behind. And here comes somebody like a father and a son. You know what I mean? Father and son. Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker. So all of it is in there. All of this is connected. And for years upon years, the child's been, pretty much been raised by moms, and then 19, 20, 25, 30 something, here comes Pops talking about what's up. Dude, yeah, I'm happy to finally see you. I really am. Deep down inside, I'm really juiced up about this. So you get what I'm saying? You got to look at it from both perspectives. From the hero perspective and the one being saved. What took you so freaking long? You know what I mean? So, but the bottom line is the one that's being saved wants to be saved. That's the bottom line. So I'm gonna end this early, man. I'm gonna make this short. But what's on the other side of the curtain is you. When you embrace yourself, and then there's the journey back, because that ain't the only shock you've experienced in your life. See, when you come back to ground zero, you're going to have a posse. A family. You're going to have family, because, along the way back, you're going to be running into parts of yourself that's been stunted, all locked up and caged up, because you didn't want negative experiences. Nobody wants to really think about those in our history. Matter of fact, that's the reason why we don't study our history, because a lot of that stuff is so. But after this, you'll be able to view your history. You'll be able to study your history. You'll be able to do that, and it won't have no effect, because everybody's here. Your family is here. All in one body, all one, all of you. And it might be about 15, but I'm just saying, I know this sounds kind of on the weird, spooky side. But this is the work. This is what we do. This is Jesus going into hell for 3 days and coming back with the keys. The keys is us. The keys are the different levels of who we are, who have been left behind. See, now it's time to come bring them up to date, and then bring them up to speed as you come along, because they want to know what the heck happened. They don't know. They've been locked up in dungeons and closets and stuff. Then you got to update them and let them know it's all good, and let them know that now it's going to be all good. See, all good. See, both good and bad. It's all good. Both right and wrong. It's all right. Because you notice how we very rarely do we want to admit that we're wrong. We'll be able to do that now. Hey, my bad. I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. Sorry. That's what I did last night, man. My bad. I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. And he left with a smile, because he got kids up in there. I'm late night knocking. I'm all, I'm playing my stuff. I got my music on, zoned out. Forgot where I was. Forgot what time it was. It was, just nowhere it should be played like that. But, so, do this journey. Oh, and that's what's behind the curtain. The Wizard of Oz curtain. That's what's behind the curtain is you. Understand that you are the key and to everything. Because once you embrace your whole self and go do this journey, and hug and love on yourself and cry and yeah, I know, I get it. And in your mind, this is all imagination. Imagine yourself doing this, and you'll be doing it. And then come on back, and then pick up along the way, and they gonna be your child. You is going when the two of you pull up to the teenage you. The process becomes easier and easier because you got more people behind you. It's a crew, it's a team. And the more they see, and there's love going on between, waiting for the one of you that's waiting. There's a connection of love, so there's love, is family. It's like, come on, let's go, we riding. And each one of them got a nice little addition to the thing that you'll be able to see, and they'll be showing you stuff that you ain't seen before. And they'll be helping you, and they'll be assisting you, and they'll be like, watch out for this. Okay, here come this. I know this one. Remember this? Oh, I forgot all about it. Yeah, that's what this is. Better go around that situation. You'll be able, because everybody, it's all up front now. Nothing, the unconscious content is now conscious. And that's you. You can't help but rise. You can't help but see your connection. You can't help it because they're going to be showing it to you. Everything, all we have within us, every solution, everything we need, everything, it's all here. And it's all there. So the great news is, Godzilla is really Geico. No matter what you see, it's not that. You know what I mean? Going in. This is you going in now. Like, the mountain is really an anthill. It's the facade. It's to keep you away. But now you know. Nothing's going to stop you now. You see, the dragon is really the little lizard to be running around. It's not even, it's nothing. It's not, but it's not that. And then when you go through the process, the one, and then see, and look behind you and see the little thing. I'm going to end with this. A great example of what's going on here is Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think it's one of them. It's Indiana Jones, one of them. I think it's Raiders of the Lost Ark. But remember when Indiana Jones had to go through this series of traps and all kinds of stuff to get to the crystal? I forget which movie it is. Y'all help me out. But and then he got to one point where, and all through the series of traps that he ended up getting through, you see the evidence of others who didn't get through. Skeletons stuck with stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you can see many have tried and many have failed. So he gets to this one point where there's the object to be attained, the jewel, which is, all of this is archetypical. All of this is, I'd be thinking philosophy, I'd be thinking theology. But you know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I keep losing that word. But mythology. And so he gets to this, and it's a cliff. He walks up to it, it's a cliff that drops. You look down, it just drops and keeps going and going. Like, he throws a rock over there, you just never hear the doggone thing hit bottom. It's like, you probably die before you even hit the bottom. It's like, and it's about like maybe a quarter mile distance, maybe less, maybe like an eighth of a mile distance, which is pretty freaking far when you're walking. And that gap, and there's that gap, and then right there, there's the stone, the crystal, whatever it is that he was trying to get. And the individuals who came that far before him got to that, the very few that survived all that, and then got there, ended up having to turn back. There's nothing to grab onto, nothing to swing your rope and swing over, nothing. It's just that gap. And I guess there's each section has its own clue. If you get the clue, then you can get through to the other side. This had a clue, and he was constantly saying in his head, and he just took a step. He took a step over the cliff. He took a step over the cliff. And when he took that step, he stopped because his foot hit something. And then it hit something else. And it began to materialize, and there's a walkway going straight to the thing. The gap was an illusion. But you have to be ready to sacrifice everything to achieve it. We're cheating a little bit because I'm kind of like giving you a heads up what's on the other side of the curtain. So you don't fear not the curtain. It's not like a steel wall. It's a curtain. Move it to the side and walk through like you do anything else. This is the how and what's behind the curtain. Just remember at all times, what's behind the curtain is you, which means that you're going to save yourself and you're important enough to be saved by you. You don't need nothing else on high coming down to come get you. No, you. So listen, I'm going to end this, and listen, man, embrace the dark side. The dark side is you. It's you on the other side. We call it the dark side. We call it, it's been pictured that only because that is the side effects, if you will, of being separate from yourself for so long. The image gets worse and worse and bigger and nasty and more awesomely crazy and stupid and dumb and madness, and it's over time. It's what happens. But it's still the image. It's not even real. You are, though. Go hug on yourself. Go love on yourself. Go save yourself. And on the way back, you'll be breaking out your cocoon in your eggshell. And you'll be ready to fly. Come on, let's fly. That's what's on the other side of the curtain. Flight to the heavens. Butterflies and eagles, man, storms come. You know what butterflies and eagles do in the storms? They fly over them. That's why you don't see doggone birds and butterflies in storms. Oh, storm's coming. Let's ride. Let's ride. We got to go up. Most birds and things that fly, that's where they go. They don't be bothered with all that, man. They be looking down like, ooh, that's a bad one. So, and that's how it is now. Storms are like we are above them. Everything in nature is a mirror image of us and what we're going through. Almost everything you can connect with, there's something going on with that. with us. Excuse me. All right, you guys. Y'all know what time it is. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Are you going to go do it? You going to save yourself? You going to step over the anthill? You going to move the Geico dude out the way and save yourself? And come on back and break the eggshell and cocoon and come on and fly with the rest of us? Well, life is on a whole nother, it's so awesome. Think about it. When you're brand new at something, stuff is exciting. It's awesome. It's dangerous. It's birds of prey out here too. It's, you know what I mean? It's like it's danger wherever you go. It's danger, but boy, what a life this is. Come on and join us. And y'all know what time it is. Stay beautiful as you are. One is all. Peace.